12:34, this is Jocks, three-man front. We are live at the UAB football facility. We attended practice this morning. Was able to watch practice. We had Trent Dilfer on. A whole 30 minutes, if you missed that interview, just a great preview of the season and how he's trying to get this program to take that next step forward as he starts year number 3. You can download the Three-Man Front podcast. Hopefully you can go back and you can listen to that in its entirety. Braves win last night 4-3 over the New York Mets. They come from behind to do so, 4-3, improving to 7-3 on the season against the New York Mets. Matter of fact, they're 2-1 at Citi Field. Atlanta has won 6 of 8. Ozzie Albies, 3 hits, 3 RBIs. Harris, another 3-hit game. Elder's best start of the year for the Braves. So Atlanta now continues the 6-game road trip. Right-handed pitcher Hurston Waldrop. Been impressed by him.
Yeah,
he's looked good. He's looked good.
Below 2, sub-2 earned run average. And he's got 2 wins, so we just keep throwing out guys that a lot of people don't know who they are.
Yeah.
But why not? If you're getting wins, they're gonna mess around and win 70 games this year, Pat.
Yeah, and you predicted that they were not going to win 70 games.
Well, we still got 17 more wins to go.
Yeah.
But
and we're talking baseball because our next guest
yeah,
is a huge baseball fan. I understand.
Coach Steve Russ, defensive coordinator, UAB Blazers. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing great, guys. How you guys doing?
Great to see you.
Hey, thank you for having me. I love some baseball, guys. You guys, Braves, Cards.
That's right. Braves and Cardinals.
Yeah,
that's right.
I got quite the dichotomy. I grew up in Wisconsin my whole life. Obviously, my family.
So you're a Brewers fan?
Stetsonville.
Stetsonville, Wisconsin.
Yeah, 78 degrees right now, by the way.
It's beautiful. It was
just
like
rub it in, Coach. Rub it in.
It was low 50s. My dad tells me every time it gets down in the 40s and 50s in the summertime. But
so you were a Brewers fan growing up?
So yeah, Brewers fan, big Brewers fan growing up.
Back when they're in the American League.
Yep. Huge. We didn't have TV. We had 3 channels, right? It was never on. So big Bob Uecker fan.
Yeah.
Rest his soul.
Yes.
So, outside, parents didn't let 6 kids in the house in the summertime unless they were eating or going to bed. So my dad had this portable, little radio. We'd stick it in the window of the garage, and you'd hear Bob Uecker calling games.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm a huge radio guy. I love what you guys do. I love being on the radio. It's my favorite form of media. But, yeah, the Brewers. So I've got a dichotomy, though, because I live, my home's in Colorado now, being an Air Force Academy grad. My wife's Academy grad. Daughter just graduated there. Son's playing baseball there now currently. So we have a home there. And so 15 years, 16 years living in Colorado. I'm a Rockies fan, so I've got the best team in the league, and I got an embarrassment team in the league. And then, I'm being in sports and whatnot. I'm not a big fanboy, but I'm a self-proclaimed, self-admitted fanboy of Paul Skeens. I mean, you talk about
he's something else.
Air Force Academy guy and LSU and everything that he's done. I mean, I got the MLB pass. Anytime he's on, I'm trying to watch.
Pat, I told you were going to love this guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Let's talk baseball.
Total fanboy. I mean, you guys want to talk baseball? I love it, man. It's pretty cool. Brewers on a 12-game win streak right now, trying to keep it going against. I don't know who they got. They got.
Is it the Reds?
It's the Pirates got the Cubs. Yeah, it's the Reds.
It's the Reds.
Pirates got the Cards.
Actually, we got the Yankees this weekend.
Do you?
Yeah.
Who
at
has
Busch.
The Cards then? The Rockies just played the Cards.
Yeah, don't bring that up.
Well, yeah, you took 2 or 3 at least. I mean, but you did let them.
No, you took 2 of 3.
Oh, we took 2 or 3.
Yes, you've been busy doing the stupid football coaching thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, man.
Yes.
That's really bad.
How about that? You went 220. Hey, 220 games without a shutout. Then you shut us out at Coors Field. Then you come to Busch, and then you shut us out again.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. Sorry.
Well, it is.
The Rocks, man. Oh,
it is.
That's some good years. The Bichette years.
Andres Galarraga.
Yeah, Andres Galarraga.
When they had
Vinny Castilla.
Charlie Blackmon and Nolan Arenado had a great run there when all those pitchers that they still
Hey, you want Nolan back?
Yeah. It's okay. The Rockies did pay you Cards a bunch of money to take him. So, and Austin Gomber has been hurt a little bit, but that was the main guy in the trade. But yeah, I'll talk some baseball now.
Oh yeah, we need to have a weekly segment where we just talk baseball.
Yeah.
Don't talk
with UAB
football.
defensive coordinator.
Yeah. What do I know? I get to be a fan.
All right, let's talk football.
Yeah.
First year here on the South Side, you get the call from Coach Dilfer. How much? Maybe arm wrangling did he have to do to get you down here?
No, I mean it was actually pretty cool. I knew the job was available and was like, well, I don't know Trent, Coach Dilfer, I don't know him very well. And, a few days went by and I was actually in Mass. I was, volunteering at the back of my alma mater at the academy because I was still under contract with Washington. So watching my daughter play, being some family time for the first time in 24 years, but still staying in it, getting back in the college game, helping my good friends at the Air Force Academy that are there that I absolutely love. They're like family. And but I would go to Mass in the morning before I would start working, and I was sitting there, and all of a sudden it kind of dawned on me, like God was like, hey, call Trent Dilfer. And I was like, I don't even know how to get a hold of him. So, I'd coached with Major Applewhite, head coach at South Alabama for a while, just a little while, way back in the day at Syracuse. So Major and I had stayed in touch, and I thought maybe head coaches in the state. I said, hey,
everybody knows each other, right?
Yeah, and he's like, no, I don't, but, I know Mort pretty good, and see if I can't. And so he got me the number. I threw him a text, hey, you don't know me, and da-da-da-da. And then, unbeknownst to me, Major sent Trent a text and said, hey, I don't know if you got a guy, but take a look at this guy. Because it had been probably a week into the search. And nothing, and then I texted one more time that evening, or maybe the next day on a walk. And he hit me right back and he said, you forgot to mention that I kicked your butt when we played each other, Fresno State versus Air Force back in the day. We were both juniors.
Right.
He went out early, and I obviously had another year. But and then we just started talking and got into the interview process, and it was really, really cool because it wasn't a lot of arm wrangling going on. Trent is very, very transparent, very, very forthright, very, very upfront, and we're very like-minded in a lot of things, and I thought that we hit it off, and I really like things that are try to fix things. I feel like I'm better at that maybe than try to keep something going all the time. Or the challenge was very appealing to me, and felt like it was a good place with good people, and thought that this is a place that we can certainly get this turned around and get it going in the right direction. It's going to take a lot of work, and we still have a long way to go, but it's been a really fun challenge, and I've been really, really pleased and very, very grateful for the opportunity.
When you got here to UAB, Coach Dilfer told you this is your baby. Do it. Put your hands all over it. This is going to be your blueprint. Describe that, because when you had first gotten here, it was still the winter months, and I was talking to you. You had not gone through a spring. You still didn't know who the completed roster was going to be. Heck, you didn't even know who your entire side of the ball as far as coaching staff was going to be at that point. Now, advancing forward to where we are now, kickoff's right around the corner, kind of encapsulate the –
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, we needed to fill tons of roster spots, and, I had never worked the portal before, kind of fell back on the draft process that we would do. So, the interviews and all that kind of stuff, because it's really about the right players. It's not always the best players, and I know maybe some fans will not be happy about hearing that, but it's true to me. My dealings with the academy, my dealings with Ron Rivera, it's about the right players. And sometimes the best players aren't the right players. And we need the right players if you're going to play the game the way we want to play. And obviously worked with the personnel staff really closely to try to get going on this, and at the same time tried to hire some guys. Just really blessed and grateful, for the opportunity and the help that Coach Dilfer had, but also the freedom to be able to do it. The guidance to be able to help me when I had questions, and obviously he's didn't take his hands off the wheel completely, but did everything that you would want a head coach to do as a coordinator to allow you to do it, and hire the people, and I got really, really, really fortunate to be able to have the coaching staff that we've assembled, and the pleasure and just the absolute honor to work with some of these guys. Some of them I had worked with before and known very, very well, and I think the world of them. Brett Dieselmeyer could do my job probably better than me in a heartbeat. He's fantastic. Just an unbelievable coach, teacher, resume. Sam Mills, I think, is the best D-line coach in the country. I mean that with a straight face and all sincerity. John Celestin, our linebacker coach, I coached at the Carolina Panthers. Just going to be a rock star. Ryan Lewis has had a ton of success, as a coordinator down in Alabama State and some other places. And T. Mitchell with his, he's got coordinator experience under his belt. He's one of the rising coaches in this business. NFL experience with the Jags. Was a great player at Mercer. And Matt Wright and his whole analytics staff. I couldn't be couldn't be more fortunate to be able to work with those guys. They certainly. It's one of those deals you can't do it. Coordinator, head coach is good as his assistants, and a coordinator is as good as. I mean, it's not one guy. I mean, maybe a rare occasion a Vic Fangio can saddle that or all that, but that's not me. I won't profess to be that. So it takes a group effort, and I'm going to certainly lean on those guys and all that experience, and it'd be foolish for me not to. You don't take great coaches like that and totally micromanage them. You just try to get everybody pointed in the right direction and on the same page, and set the table for them to do what they do best, and that's what they do every single day. And it's been fun to watch the evolution of where we started when we come off the field, that first true practice, and you're like, good Lord, do we have some work to do? And then we're starting to dial it in, and every day you walk off and you're like, oh my goodness, we've got, so long to go, because the closer you get to game day, the monopoly money goes away and real cash goes on the table, so to speak. And you don't put the ball back down. If it goes 76 for a touchdown, you just go, oh, okay, let's, so that's what we're working toward. We got a little bit ways left. We're trying to make the days count, not count the days, and see how good we can be, and just continue to band together, play the game the right way. And if we play fast and we play confident and we know what we're doing, and play with good fundamentals, I think good things will happen, even if maybe we're always not in the right spot.
Coach, you got a minute? Can you hold?
I'd love to stay.
Fantastic. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more with the defensive coordinator Steve Russ right here on Jocks. It's 12:49. Just a great conversation with Steve Russ, the new defensive coordinator here at UAB. So, Coach, I am curious, because I'm going to be as honest as I can. Last year's defense for UAB was porous. So when you come in as the new guy, and I know it's a different roster than it was last year, do you go back and you review anything from last year that the unit or the ones that are remaining? Do you go back and look at any of that, or you come in with your own plan and you got who you got and then you build from there?
Yeah, we came in, and obviously you look at the roster, so you watch, so you see who's coming back, what they can do, etc. Get a feel for those guys, and then you talk to people in the building or coaches that were left, or some of the players about maybe some of the things that went wrong, just maybe some landmines that are out there, some issues out there maybe that you want to have the whole picture on. But at the end of the day, you want to bring in your ideas, and that's where Coach was great about. Hey, look, your ideas, your plan, your system. There's so much more to it to me than just X's and O's. It's a system, and I always tell the guys, that how and why has got to be greater than what. Everybody does what in some way, shape, or form. This blitz, that coverage, man zone, whatever, this stunt. That's the what. And if you don't understand, if you can't do that, they understand the how and the why behind that and do that well, what doesn't matter. So, we went to work on that. And I've been in this business long enough where, 1 year you're, top 5 in the NFL, and the next year you're 32. So I don't, throw stones. I've had really good years. I've had really, really bad years. And some years that were good, I really didn't think I did a great job coaching maybe. And some years that weren't so good to the eye, man, I thought coached my butt off. You know what I mean? And so you try to stay out of the wins, losses, and all that kind of stuff. And it's easy to say right now, right? Nobody scored a point on us. Nobody's recorded a yard. I mean, that's going to all end soon. But at the end of the day, you've got things in a system that you believe in, how you do things, why you're doing those things. And you have a vision of what you want your team to look like. I told guys, I said, you can actually see and feel people playing the game with great energy and confidence and speed and decisiveness. I mean, you can see it, jumps off the film. And, at the end of the day, we want our guys to play fast. We want our guys to play confidently. We want our guys to play together. And we want our guys to have a lot of fun. And, if you do that, very rarely do you play bad defense. You still got to know what to do and all those kinds of things, don't get me wrong. But that can create or can make up for a lot of other limitations maybe in other areas.
So if there's one identifiable trait right now that you feel good about already with that side of the ball with your group, what would it be?
I think that we're getting much, much better at playing fast. And when you play fast, I know it's nebulous and not very specific, but when you play fast, when you play the game fast on defense, guys can be potentially out of position. Somebody can be lost. Somebody can be in the wrong gap, whatever. And it's just like a bunch of hyenas or wolves. They're just packing. Guys making overlap and flying around. Good things are happening, as opposed to guys, I am doing my job, and if you don't go 11 for 11, something bad happens. And sure, we want to go for 11 for 11, meaning 11 guys doing their job perfectly and their offense not having the advantage on everybody, but that's just not realistic in this day and age of football. So we've got to be able to play fast, and when you do that, if the ball does get out, minimize it, and that's what we're working on too. The ball's going to get out. It's modern football. If it does get out, minimize it, put the ball down, let's play again, be situationally aware. Is it third and short? Are they going to fourth down? Where are they on the field? Okay, they move the ball a little bit. It ain't the end of the world, guys. Let's bone up in the red zone and hold them to a field goal and a takeaway. Just developing that mindset of persevering no matter what. And if they punch it in the end zone, all right, let's reset. Let's get back to the next one and let's go again. We don't want that to happen. We're not happy it happened. But how do we handle those things? Because it's going to happen. I guarantee you it's going to happen. And some games will be better than others. And at the end of the day, our job on defense is to hold, the opponent to one less point than we score. And that's playing their defense. Can we hold their offense to one less point than their defense holds our offense? And some days in this modern age, it might be a shootout. Some days it might be a tight game. Whatever. You want to play complementary football and do what you're supposed to do. So that's what we're looking to do. We play fast, good things will happen.
That's right. Well, Coach, can't thank you enough. Extended conversation with you, and anytime you want to come back and talk football or baseball,
I love it.
You are always welcome to.
I love it.
You going to be on the field or in the press box this year?
No, I'm on the field.
Good. I thought I remembered you saying that.
Yeah, I want to be down there and see eyeballs.
There you go.
Easier now, too, with all those iPads and the technology and stuff.
That's right.
You lose.
Yeah. Coach, thank you.
Guys, thanks so much. Appreciate you.
Thank you very much. That's Coach Steve Russ, the defensive coordinator here at UAB. One more hour to go. We'll talk about the offensive side when we come back.